Who else is as curious as I am for the next episode of this exciting drama, Crash Course in Romance? Episode 8, titled Chance Becomes Fate Through Inductive Reasoning, left many of us anxious for the next episode. We can hardly wait for next weekend as the drama seems to have reached a climax where everything is about to be exposed. That scene of Hang Seon and Chi Yeol, standing like deers caught in the headlights as the mothers exit their cars, makes most of us anxious for what is to come. This discovery is sure to cause them and their loved ones some pain. If you are curious, I've got you covered. We might not know everything that may happen in episode 9, but the preview for the next episode left some clues as to what will happen. That's why today, I am going to talk about what will possibly happen in episode 9 of Crash Course in Romance based on the hints and previews provided in the just concluded episode 8. Stick to the end of the video for what to expect and the episode 9 preview. But first, be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell to be among the first to see our content. Thanks. The 9th and 10th episodes of Crash Course in Romance will air on the 11th and 12th of February on TVN and Netflix. In the just concluded episode 8, Chi Yeol finally realized that Hang Seon is the daughter of the kind woman who had not only found many ways to add extra dishes to his meal when he was a struggling student but had motivated him to stay strong when he had almost given up on the world. If you recall, he had made a huge fuss about his growing feelings for Hang Seon, thinking that something was wrong with what he calls his sympathetic nervous system. He felt this way because of Hang Seon's marital status. Hang Seon is thought to be married and Hae's mother. If you recall, it all started with Hae and Youngju. Hae had wanted to call Hang Seon mom after her biological mother abandoned her as a child. And Youngju had to start a rumor that Hang Seon's husband was working in the Philippines to dissuade people's interest in her private life, as she appears to be a single mother with Hae calling her mom. She had to do this because of the stigma associated with single mothers, which could affect their business. After visiting the old cafe, and realizing that Hang Seon was the kind woman's daughter, he concluded that nothing was wrong with his sympathetic nervous system. He thinks that he was naturally drawn to her because of her similarities to her mother. Because of this, he decides to pay back her mother's kindness in some way. Being rich has its perks, as he buys out Hang Seon's building, cut the rent by half, and installs air conditioning in all the rooms. He didn't stop there, he went further to take them out to an expensive diner. He uses the excuse of paying it forward, to do all he had wanted to do for her and her family, not realizing it wasn't repayment but love. Meanwhile, Seo Jin becomes suspicious of Hui Jae's activities after finding metal balls in his drawer. Hui Jae didn't find it funny seeing her in his room, prompting him to manhandle his mother. This doesn't stop Seo Jin, as she installs a tracking app on his phone to monitor his movement. One of the satisfying scenes of the episode was when Chi Yeol caught Yi Sang, finding out that he was behind Child Sucks. Yi Sang had wanted to tarnish his image and career by spreading false narratives about him and Hae. His hatred for Chi Yeol is born out of jealousy and his inability to be of Chi Yeol's caliber in math. He had found out about Chi Yeol tutoring Hae and had wanted to use it to destroy Chi Yeol. Doing this wouldn't have only affected Chi Yeol's career, but it would have traumatized Hae. But it seems like she wasn't spared the trauma in the end, as the preview for the next episode indicated. Keep on watching to find out more. Meanwhile, Hui Jae goes on his usual killing spree. This time, his target was Yi Sang. Hui Jae is a mysterious character who many are very curious about. If you observe, he seems to target people involved with Chi Yeol. People who had offended or caused Chi Yeol trouble seems to be killed by Hui Jae. If you recall, he had injured or possibly killed the student who had caused the rumor about Chi Yeol dating his students in the first episode. He had also murdered Young Min, who had not only disrespected Chi Yeol but had cheated Hae out of the All-Star program. He had also attacked Nation's best side dishes when Hang Xian had confronted Chi Yeol about Jae-woo's broken phone. And now, he is out for Yi Sang, who has been a pain to Chi Yeol's reputation. It makes one wonder if he somehow has a connection with Chi Yeol. But his recent activity could implicate Chi Yeol. If you recall, he was questioned by the police after Young Min's death. And now, Yi Sang's murder is bound to bring the police to his doors once again because of the call Yi Sang had made before his attack. He had asked his accomplice to lay low on Chi Yeol's case, while he deleted the evidence of his involvement as child sucks. This could make the police suspect Chi Yeol. However, Chi Yeol had been out to Ha-yun's recital. Ha-yun had visited Chi Yeol at his office to invite him to her recital, causing an upstir and making Hang Xian, who had been at the office for delivery, jealous. Her visit to Chi Yeol's office finally made Hang Xian recognize her feelings for the star mathematician. She had become jealous of their plans for the evening that she had hurt herself when she heard him talking with Hae Yi on the phone. When Chi Yun heard her scream on the phone, he left the recital for her place. He ended up spending time with the family as it was Chicken Day. However, as Hang Xian sees Chi Yeol out, while questioning him about his reasons of being kind to them, they were flooded with Su Hui's headlight. Su Hui had suspected that Chi Yeol was tutoring Hae Yi after piecing the dots together. She had informed her mom, who had placed a private investigator on Chi Yeol. The episode ends as Hang Xian and Chi Yeol are caught red-handed by the moms. In the previews for the next episode, we can see Chi Yeol telling the All-Stars program mothers, "I'm tutoring her." He seems to be explaining to them the nature of his relationship with Hang Xian's family, which some of them couldn't understand. Because we can see Su Hui say to him, "How are you so brazen?" The mothers are jealous that he was able to improve Hae Yi's academic excellence within a short time despite them cheating her out of a seat in the All-Stars program. While Su Hui is afraid that Hae Yi will take Su Hui's place as the top student, which she had already done by coming out first in the September mock exams. Chi Yeol then asked them, "Will you arrest me?" But before they could answer, Hang Xian runs in to take the blame. She says to them, "I begged him to tutor Hae Yi." This infuriates Chi Yeol and he drags her out of the room to have a word with her. If you recall, Chi Yeol had been the one to come up with the secret lessons. He had felt what the mothers and the school had done to Hae Yi was unfair and wanted to right the wrong in his own way. Hence, the idea of tutoring Hae Yi for food from Hang Xian. Then we can hear a voice that sounds like Dong Hui ask, "What is the real reason they're upset?" Like I said earlier, I think it's born out of jealousy and fear that Hae Yi, whose mother isn't up to their standard, has Chi Yeol as a tutor while they can't, and the fear of her beating their kids who are part of the program in school. Then we can see Su Hui, the leader of the ring, say, "Bring it on," while typing on her PC. Su Hui is an influencer of a sort to the mothers in the neighborhood when it comes to education. So I think she must have published a damaging article about Hae Yi and her mother Hang Xian. Probably about Hang Xian and Chi Yeol having an affair. Because in the next clip, Hang Xian can be seen covering her mouth in shock as she stares at her phone. Then Yang Ju can be heard saying, "Even still, how could we have absolutely no customers?" This means that whatever Su Hui publishes will be damaging enough to affect her business. Sadly, I don't think it will end there, as Hae Yi can be seen being made ridiculed by her classmate. A student said to her, "Like mother, like daughter." Impressive. As she was leaving the lunchroom with Sunjae. This leads to a fight as Sunjae can be seen fighting some students in the next scene. This made Hae Yi feel bad because we can hear her say, "If I tell the truth, Mom wouldn't be misunderstood, and Mr. Choi wouldn't suffer like this." From her statement, we can tell that whatever Su Hui publishes in the next episode will affect not only Hang Xian but also Chi Yeol. Then we can see Hang Xian come face to face with Su Hui, who seemed surprised. Maybe, Hang Xian will confront Su Hui about whatever she had published. It also seemed like Hang Xian had caught her conspiring with someone or instigating something like she always does. Then we can see Jay Wu having what looks like an episode. We can see Hang Xian holding on to him as she asks, "What's wrong with him?" In the next scene, we can see Hang Xian, drawing the curtain in Jay Wu's hospital corner close as Chi Yeol stands close to his bed. She asked him, "What are you doing here?" Chi Yeol must have heard of Jay Wu's hospitalization and had gone to the hospital to see him, which made Hang Xian worried as there was a rumor about them already. Then we can see them, standing on what seems like under a bridge or Han River as Chi Yeol thinks to himself, "I have feelings for this woman," while staring at her. They must have gone out to talk due to his visit. This means that Chi Yeol will finally embrace his feelings for her in the next episodes. And the rumor about them will not only cause them pain but will bring them closer to each other as they fight their feelings due to public scrutiny. Do you think the rumor will cost Chi Yeol his job? Let me know what you think in the comment down below. If you liked this video, give it a like, share, subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be among the first to see our content. Thanks for watching, bye.